It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We have made it to March. Friends, it is March the 1st, 2023, and I have a different video for y'all today than I was originally planning to do. So here's the story. I was planning to do a classic Duran Duran song today, but a few things have occurred that have caused me to change course. First, I saw that our good friend Rick Beato covered this same song just a few days ago, so I am going to wait a bit before publishing my video and give Rick a bit of space. As we were doing our live stream on Sunday and we announced Duran Duran, Megan was like, I got an idea. I got it. But she didn't tell me when we were live on the taping, but she told me later that not only is March 1st going to be a Wednesday, but it is the start of Women's History Month. And so we were thinking that we would change course and do a song that features some great musicianship by females. And then this morning, it all just kind of layered into place. Friends, I realized almost before it was too late, but it is not too late. I realized that today, March 1st, 2023, is the 50th anniversary of the studio release of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. That is it. Back there, friends, Dark Side. It is one of the mainstays of my background setup. I love the album, and we're going to listen to some Dark Side of the Moon today, y'all. Specifically, we're going to listen to a live version of Great Gig in the Sky, a live version that I have not yet heard. So I am happy that you are here as we celebrate some Pink Floyd today, friends. This album, I first listened to the album in its entirety on my Patreon for one of my extended play lounge episodes. That was episode number 17, and it was, I think, a year ago in March that we did that. I later released that extended play lounge episode in two parts, side 1 and side 2 here on YouTube. And those are episodes 419 and 431. So those are available for you to partake of if you would like. I was listening to the original studio recording for those videos. But I have still never seen the entire Pulse concert film, only portions of it. And I want to listen to Great Gig in the Sky from that classic tour as we pay homage to this classic band, this classic record, as well as the contributions originally of Claire Torrey on vocals, but in this performance of Samantha Brown, Durga McBroom, and Claudia Fontaine, as they were the backup singers in this tour and for this performance. So Pulse is the third live album that Pink Floyd released. It was recorded during the European leg of their Division Bell tour in 1994. And apparently, I didn't know this either, y'all. Apparently, the entire Dark Side of the Moon album is included on this double live release, Pulse, from Pink Floyd. And I would have done potentially the entire thing, the entire live version of this album today, but I'm a little bit pressed for time, and I'm worried about yet more blocks. The more tunes, the more titles that I put in one video, the more possibility is for YouTube to block it. So we're going to go with just Great Gig in the Sky today, and it's going to be fun. So this performance was recorded on October 20th of 1994 at Earl's Court in London. David Gilmour is on vocals, and he is also on guitars. And I think in this performance he is on the lap steel guitar. Richard Wright is on keyboards, and Nick Mason is on the drums. As Roger had departed the band in the mid-'80s, Guy Pratt was touring with Pink Floyd on the bass. And like I said, Samantha Brown, Durga McBroom, and Claudia Fontaine are our three stand-ins for Claire Torrey today. So I am excited to listen to this one. Of course, I've heard this song multiple times now, and I'm a little more familiar with the chord progression. That is just beautiful from Richard Wright, who wrote the music for this. So I'm going to call out a little bit as I hear them, and let's see what happens. Great Gig in the Sky, live from Pink Floyd from 1994. Here we go. So it's weird. He starts with B minor, goes a tritone to F. Weird dichotomy. F resolves to B flat, which would be its 4. Then back to F over A, down to G minor, up to C, which sounds like 5 now in our key. So the G minor would be 2. And the C would be the 5, right. And then the F would be the 1 as a major key. Then a bit of modal mixture to the 4 to the flat 7, E flat. Then the 5 becomes minor. The C to the F. Now the F sounds like dominant. 2, 5, 2, and B flat. 1 and B flat. Really interesting, right? So that sets up when we move to G as relative minor of that B flat. But when it goes to the 4, it's a major 4 chord. It's a C major chord. So it sets up this back and forth of 1 and 4 in G Dorian. And Samantha is going for it. So we get a minor 7th chord on G, then a dominant 7th chord on C, but we get that La, the E natural, that occurs in the key of where we currently are, of what I would call G, right? I'm not going to try to sing it. A little bit of roughness, intensity, just it's a weird turnaround to get back to B minor. Actually, I want to go back and try to see if I can figure out how they did that. Let's go back to here. Here's the G to the C, right? C. So we're in G, right? G minor, which has flats in it. We land on G, then go to flat 5, to G flat, to B, right? Think of it as a 2-5-1 in B. They land on B, give you the dichotomy, the tritone to F, F goes to B flat. B, F to B flat. And we re-rack it. And here's Durga. Trio. Do more of that. That was awesome. There it lands on the major 1 chord, the F major 7. B flat major 7, beautiful chord. E flat major 7, a series of fourths. And then it's just a turnaround, C minor to F, and then it's going to land on B flat. She's got a gorgeous voice. Slide guitar on this. Now here's Claudia getting her turn. slowly, after this explosion of emotion, we just get ebbs and flows of it just still washing over us. Really emotional song. That makes use of the voice as an instrument instead of as a vehicle for language. And it just is going to settle right there on that G. One of the great all-time pieces. It was wonderful to see that. It's the first time I had seen that performance of it, and wonderful, as always. Of course, y'all, Dark Side of the Moon is a concept album. It serves as this commentary on the various stages of life, right? Specifically human life. And as I remember, each side of the album has continuous music. There's no stops. And it begins and ends with the heartbeat, right? So Great Gig in the Sky, remember, ends the first side of the album. After we get Speak to Me and Breathe with highlighting the mundane aspects of everyday life, and then we get On the Run, and there's stress and anxiety in that one, and then we get the reminder of how time itself can haunt us as it just continues to tick away. Right? And then we get the brief reprise of Breathe before we begin to look inward, and we get this beautiful elegy of this keyboard-led progression and a mournful just steel guitar from David, and then this soulful, wordless vocal. It almost serves as a metaphor for our understanding and fear, I think, of our own mortality, right? We wail, we rage against the dying of the light, right? And it's just an absolute gut punch, musically and emotionally, at the end of that first side, as I recall. Like we said, the album celebrates its 50th anniversary today, and it continues to be relevant because I think that it touches on this universal theme of the human condition. It's a topic that I think will always be important and always be intriguing to us as we navigate the experience for ourselves, right? And so after 50 years, the album stands behind only Michael Jackson's Thriller and AC/DC's Back in Black as the best-selling studio album of all time. So it's huge in the history and pantheon of popular music, of recorded sound. And here's to the band. Here's to Richard Wright for writing the beautiful music. Here's to Claire Torrey for improvising largely and performing the amazingly powerful original vocal. And then for this performance, here's to Samantha Brown, Durga McBroom, and Claudia Fontaine for providing the vocals here in this performance. It's always just a great thing to get back to Pink Floyd, one of my absolute favorite bands. I've got a lot of their albums, and when I figured out that today was the 50th anniversary, to the day of Dark Side being released, I couldn't stay away from music from this album. So I thank y'all for celebrating the day with me as we start Women's History Month and featuring some great female musicians along the way as well. This has been fun. Thanks y'all for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.